Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 7, Episode 14, titled Family Affair, air day January 25th, 2010, and the synopsis is:
Nathan tries to calm Haley down after Taylor shows up with David and through the dinner that Taylor plans until all three sisters fight it out. Julian doesn't like the director for his new film and fires him for insulting Alex. And then he convinces Brooke to be the movie's costume designer. Mouth and Lauren clean up the apartment after Millicent's partying, and Mouth tells Millicent he's staying in Tree Hill. And then Millicent and Brooke try to be friends again. So we start off with Haley making noise, using everything she can in the kitchen. She's trying to wake up Taylor and David.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan assures her that she probably woke up the whole neighborhood and asks how long she's been up. And she says since she dreamt that her sister was screwing her other sister's husband. And Nathan reminds her that it's Quinn's ex-husband, not like current husband. And she asks,
and this is Quinn's problem.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like, not yours. Like, you should be able to somewhat sleep at night because it's not your husband.
Mm-hmm.
It's Quinn's. And if Quinn is okay or whatever, like, let it go.
Yeah.
That's how I felt through this whole episode. Like, Haley was just too much. She was acting as if it was Nathan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they make a joke about how they had the same dream, but at least in Nathan's dream she played it cool.
Yeah, and then Taylor wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird when she said, "Good morning, slut."
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know what I also don't understand? Is like why she's being like this with Taylor. Like,
yeah,
just so hateful.
Yeah, doesn't it seem like more of a reaction than when she found out that her and that Taylor and Nathan got together?
Yes.
I mean, she did pull her hair, but that was over the
Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's doing a lot more physical things to disrupt, Taylor's visit there.
But I also feel like it's annoying of how she's treating Taylor. She's acting as if Taylor is this like no good sister, yada yada yada, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the truth of the matter is, when Taylor left us in season 2, she was looking out for Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so then to have her then just hate her again, it's like, why? Like, and again, if Quinn's good, what does it matter? Like, you do know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. Like, she's acting as if Taylor is this person, that they all have to hate, when she was looking out for you back when you were in high school. So all this hatred, I really don't get.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're so close, aren't you supposed to get past crap?
Right.
As they say sisters do. It's like, it's just, I don't like it. I think Haley is just being too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's threatening her, telling her to leave, and would you like to be buried in that outfit, or does she want to put something on?
And yeah, and that's when she said, well, yeah, it's not not something like he hasn't seen, and it's like, it's just
Yeah. But it was funny when Haley asked Nathan if he was going to say anything, and he just says, "I love you."
I love you. Yeah.
Question mark. Yeah.
Yeah. A question mark. What?
Mm-hmm. And then Julian's dad checks out Lucas's old house for the movie. So is it a surprise that Lucas still somehow owns the house or something for them to use it?
Yes.
It's like a year now?
Yeah. Well, over a year.
Mm-hmm.
because Nathan was playing basketball for 14 months, and that was how long ago? Because
Right.
Haley went on tour for how long?
6 weeks. About
So,
6 weeks. Mhm.
so it's been at least like probably a year and a half.
Right.
So yes, I 100% don't understand this at all. Like, why do they sell the house? It's not like they're ever planning on coming back here.
Yeah, because it seems like that they have plans to come back too, if they have the house still like that.
But
I guess.
if you think about it, Karen left to go be with Andy
Mm-hmm.
in New Zealand or wherever. Like, she's never coming back, because why would she? The only reason why she would is because of her son. Well, he ain't there, so no point in her coming back. And then, like, Keith is gone. There's been so much tragedy that's happened to Lucas and Peyton that why would they want to come back? Like, now that they're together, happy, have a kid, like, why would they want to come back? So I don't know. It just doesn't really seem like, why would you have this house when, like, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if your mom doesn't care, why would you?
Yeah, maybe if he was like renting it out to somebody
Well, yeah, because then you
for
could be
extra
making some
money.
money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it just seems like he left, so you would think that he would have sold the house, but he didn't. It's very weird.
Yeah, because if they said he was just renting it out, he could have been, telling Julian like no one's renting it right now, so you can have it for the movie if you want. Like that would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, like the person just moved out, so I got like a month before the new people come in or something.
Right.
But also, I have another question. Why would Lucas give Julian the house to shoot at? It's not like they were best friends.
Right.
So that also to me was weird, because like, what? Like, the only reason why he invited Julian to the wedding, it's not like they were friends. It's because he was doing it for Brooke. He wasn't doing it for Julian. It's not like they were friends. So, and he somewhat got past working with them, but that was it. They weren't friends. So I don't get why it'd be like, yeah, no problem. You want my house to film it? No problem. Like, what? Like, you're not friends. It's weird to just do that.
Right.
Like, if it was anyone else in the group, he probably, like, we would understand. But for Julian, that's a little weird. It's not even like Brooke called him up to say, can he use your house, Also, if Peyton and Brooke are really close, she would know that they're not even together.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so then, as your friend and everything, you would be like, well, no, you can't have my house. Look what you have done to my friend Brooke. That's the other thing, is if they were friends, Peyton and Brooke, she would have told her that Alex had gotten in the way, and then Lucas would have been like, hell no. Like, no, you're not going to use my house for your movie that you're doing with Alex that broke you and my friend Brooke up. No, that doesn't exactly sound like something that I would do. So no, I don't like that either, that they're making it like Lucas was agreeing to this, when I don't really know if he would agree to it, given that Peyton and Brooke are friends. He kind of wants Brooke to be happy, and this isn't making her happy, Alex and Julian. So no, I don't understand this at all.
Right.
I think they should have just found a house that was vacant. And he bribed the owner to let him shoot there or something, like publicity, like, hey, can we shoot a movie here and you'll get all the publicity or something, you know what I mean? Like, some way instead of this. Also, why? Okay, like, as an audience, like, since we're supporting Brooke, we love her. why would we want Julian and Alex to film their movie in another beloved character's house?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like Julian and Alex are outsiders of this group. So why would we want them to film a movie in Lucas's house? A house that we have seen for 6 years. We just wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we support Brooke. We would not want this. So I think that's the other thing is like, what do you like for the writers? What was your end goal with this? Because it's weird because for an audience, we would not support Julian and Alex doing this in his house. You know, you would want them to set foot in this house, especially Alex. So it doesn't even make any sense for the audience, you know, to be excited to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I feel like they kind of did the audience a little dirty too by like, here, watch this. It's not Peyton and Lucas in this house, but it's Julian and Alex.
Right.
2 people that are hurting your beloved character, Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who would even write that?
Right.
That's what's okay. Like, you know how Haley went off when it was their anniversary and found that house that nobody was living in? That's what he should have done
Mm-hmm.
instead of this. That's how it should have been written, not Lucas's house.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't you think Lucas would still charge him?
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that character-wise it makes any sense, or audience-wise
Right.
for the writing. What about you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird that Lucas would still have any, involvement with it. So yeah, then we see the director, Peter, who won't keep his hands off of Alex. And Julian says that he thinks it's important for a director and actor to establish boundaries early on, even though that's harder for Peter to understand. And then he says that he knows Peter is a little high maintenance, but the guy's talented and they don't have a lot of time or money. And then Julian introduces his dad to
Alex.
Paul. Yeah. Oh yeah, Paul to Alex, yeah. And Alex, is a fan of his. And he knows of her from the tabloids, of course.
Uh-huh. He's like, yeah, I've seen you in tabloids. It's like, okay.
Yeah, so she convinces him that, that was the old her. She's better now.
Well, and you have to remember too, like, Paul is like, I'm only doing this for Julian. I really don't like you. Because this is why we didn't get any deals originally, was because Alex was a part of it.
Mm-hmm. And then, even Julian tells Paul he doesn't have to worry about Alex.
Yeah, and that she's here to work, but then she's just like, I'm a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then Paul makes a comment saying she's definitely dressed like one, and Alex, think she should be flattered, considering she picked it out for herself, for her character, since they don't have a costume person.
Yeah, she's just like, thank you. It's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's not what I meant, but okay.
Yeah. So then, Paul didn't know about this, so Julian was telling his dad that there was someone that he wanted it to be, but it didn't work out for his book. And then that's when Victoria sees Brooke in her bedroom looking into a box of Julian's stuff. So Brooke tells Victoria he broke up with her last night. And it's funny because there was a Grease 2 DVD in the box in there. Did you see that?
No, I didn't really look at what was in the box.
Yeah, because we know later on that they're a fan of that movie. I don't know why the second movie, not the first movie, but yeah.
That's
that comes back later.
That's probably why they did it.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. I was a little bit foreshadowing there. And then, so yeah, Brooke wants to give him his stuff back, but she can't see him, of course. Too hard.
Well, she doesn't want to say Alex.
Yeah, not either, yeah.
Which I don't blame her.
Mm-hmm. And then Victoria keeps commenting about a severed head and asks if Alex, was like that. Which she goes to Julian then, and Brooke tells her to stop. And then Victoria, asks what if she took the box to Julian and they can afford a carrier or courier, whatever.
Oh, but I did think it was funny when she was like, oh yeah, like just let you know, like Millie's working with us again.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be in the morning. It was just funny because like Brooke's like, what?
Yeah, slipped it in, yeah.
Yeah, like she's making the rules again as if she is owner.
Mm-hmm.
Like she did originally.
Right. And then Mouth is looking around at the apartment that's a mess, and Millicent walks out, and he tells her like so much for the security deposit back, and then she says she's sorry about the mess. She'll clean it when she gets back from work. And then he tells her he's not worried about the apartment, he's worried about her.
Yeah, and she just said like, he's like, are you okay? She's like, I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
Then he brought up going back to rehab. She said, yeah, I thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
Right. So Mouth says he'll probably stay in Treehill for like a day or two. And then she asks her if he'll be there when she gets back from work, and he says he will.
Yeah,
And
she
tells
said
him
that helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Mm-hmm. And then back at the house with the chaos and drama, Haley tells Taylor that she cannot believe the thing between her and David is anything more than a sick joke. And
yeah, Taylor's like, what? Like, David's a great guy. Quinn couldn't see it. It's like,
yeah, really? Totally unbothered by it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so she even asks Haley, like, why can't she be happy for them like she is? And Haley just says, what would make her happy is throwing Taylor out the window, but she'll settle for the front door. And then Quinn was kind of rubbing it into Haley when she said that's no way to treat her sister and possible two-time brother-in-law. And then that's when David walks up.
Yeah, and then Haley's of course not happy to see him, and that's when Taylor's like, she's like, you have to forgive my sister. She's cranky this morning, but it's like, okay, but it's now weird that he's staying in the same house that his ex-wife is in. It's so weird. Like nothing like good morning. Like what? Like that's just awkward.
Yeah, so wasn't Taylor the one not Taylor, Quinn, I know it was Taylor. I think she said, yeah, hopefully she'll be in a better mood tonight with dinner tonight because they're cooking. And, Haley's completely against that and says not ever that they would cook dinner for them at their house. And Taylor said, Quinn already agreed to it, so it's happening basically.
Well, and then she said, like, Quinn agreed to it, so basically be quiet.
Yeah, you would think that Haley would stop there if Quinn's okay with it, but
I know, like that'd be like me of like, okay, like I can understand like you being upset and like overreacting at first, but then like once you find out that your sister who's actually involved with this because it's her ex, you would think like if she's good, you just shut up. But Haley, this whole episode does not, and it's so annoying. Like it's not none of your business really. Just sit back. Let them go at it. If Quinn needs you, then you step in. But otherwise, you shut up. Yeah, and also, if you're really disgusted by this, why are you letting these two stay in your house? Ding, ding. There's hotels, I'm sure. Like, why are you letting them in? I don't get this. If you hate your sister so much, if you don't like this relationship, obviously, then like, why are you letting them in your house? I don't understand that. Again, if a way to avoid all this, hotel you go. Like, it's weird that you are letting her stay, especially with him in your house. It bothers me just because it's so stupid. Right. Like there's easier way. There's the door. You should never let her in the first place. It should have been like, I love Quinn. She's staying here. She's here. You find a hotel. Like
Yeah, and
he definitely should not be staying there. He should definitely be at a hotel, if anyone. Like this, because Taylor and Haley are a sister, so like if she wanted her sister there, that's one thing. But because he is the common denominator, he definitely should be the one staying at hotel because it's awkward.
Yeah, she even pushes it further, even asking David, like, how could you do this to Quinn? And he says it's no worse than what she did to him. And that's when we see Quinn tell Clay that she told David that the two of them slept together.
And it was funny. It's like, so you want me to go to dinner with your ex who wants to kill me?
Mm-hmm.
And your sister, yeah, who's insane. It was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So Quinn tries to, put up pressure on him, saying he doesn't have to go if he doesn't want to. And Clay knows that, David wants to hurt her, and that's why, Taylor would go along with it. So Quinn tells him that, he has to know Taylor, and that's, how she thinks, how she works. When they were kids, she tried stealing her boyfriends, and now she's after her ex-husband, so it looks like she never grew up. And Clay asks if that bothers her, and she says little, but not nearly as much as this does. Me and the girl, Clay's cool.
Yeah, right isn't that Kylie?
Yeah. But then we don't get an explanation of that because we go to the studio where Jamie and Clay are watching Nathan work to make his avatar for the video game. And, Jamie's all excited about it. And that, Clay tells him it's not available for a month, but they can play the demo version tonight. And then Nathan gets done, and Clay tells him he looks good, as a joke covered in balls. So Nathan follows up with that, saying now he knows how Taylor feels. And then Clay asks Nathan if he's heard about the dinner tonight, and Nathan says he did get an angry text from Haley about it. I'm surprised she didn't call him as well, but maybe because he was working, that's why. But Clay says he's not going. He has some work to do. Nathan asks if Quinn is okay with that, because if Haley's pissed, he can't imagine how upset Quinn is. And Clay says,
yeah, he
Quinn
says
seems
it's strange. Yeah, it was funny. He's like, it's strange. She seems okay. I'm like, oh, okay. Then he said that she was more upset with Kylie showing up in the pool.
Yeah, she should be. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Because, like, if you're over David, like, I mean, does it really matter where the person you actually like is, has this pretty girl over? Like, yeah, you're going to be more upset with it because it's right now happening.
Right.
And also, that Taylor and David are not going to last because it is Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Like she hasn't really had a committed relationship probably ever. So like it'll just pass.
Yeah. It also really seems like she's going after a guy she only liked and not just a guy one of her sisters liked, And then Quinn, tells Haley all about Kylie and describes her as the chick who took a forward bath and Clay's pool this morning. So, both Haley and Quinn just keep down these words at these women just because they're angry at them. But Clay didn't need to explain what's going on with Kylie at least. But Haley's still wanting to get revenge and, having ideas about David and Taylor, what she would do to them. And she asks Quinn how they're not getting to her, and Quinn just says David has the right to be mad at her, and Taylor has always been a bitch, and Haley wants her to at least say no to having dinner with them. But Quinn tells Haley Clay makes her happy, so why shouldn't David be? Although she can't imagine Taylor's the one for him.
Yeah, that's and again, even if you didn't stop your little being dramatic, then you should have stopped it now for Haley. Or like, okay, Quinn is seriously okay. She wants him to be happy, so I will shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, here was her another chance for her to shut up, and she doesn't.
Right. Yeah, she just keeps saying it's not right. And then she says if it was her and, Nathan, then she would not want to see any of them, either one of them ever again.
Okay, and that's the thing, is she's over David. I think, again, if you would put Clay in the situation, she would not be okay. Because she like, you know what I mean? Like, she's over David. Like, she doesn't care who he's with. Where she cares who Clay's with. The same with Haley. Because she's with Nathan. Like, if her and Nathan broke up, who knows? You know what I mean? But because
Mhm.
she's not in that situation, she can't really say it, where Quinn is. It's
Right.
just different when you actually care about the person. But
Mhm.
if you're over them, it should be okay.
Right. Yeah, so Haley keeps going on saying that having dinner with them is more sane than harming them. And that back at Close Over Bros, Alexander and Brooke were working when he asked her how she's doing. And she holds up a design with the face of the man, bleak. And he gets, she's still up and says, as a joke, Clover Cycle is coming this fall to prisons everywhere. Or upset. He gets out, she's still upset. And then that's when Millie walks in, ready to work. But Brooke doesn't give her much of a welcome. But Alexander's happy to introduce himself to her. And Millie
And then it was funny because like Millie's like, do you need help with anything? And she goes, just ask Victoria. You work for her. Okay.
Yeah. And then Victoria's actually listening to from the back somewhere where they can't see her. And then even Alexander tells Brooke she's a mean boss, like an evil Disney character who feeds her servants porridge and pays them in buttons.
So do you think it's weird that Lauren went over to the apartment?
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe just check him out, like, or say hi, since he's back in town, like, for a minute. But yeah, I mean,
I don't know. This was just awkward to me. Like, Skills doesn't live there. You know where he's at. Like, why are you there? It's not like you're best friends with Mouth or Millie. It's just weird. Like,
yeah,
especially
especially
because anytime we've seen him on screen, it's usually Skills and her. And yeah, Mouth might be around, but like she's only there because of him. So it's weird that you would show up with just Mouth there and like want to spend the day with him cleaning. It's weird.
Well, doesn't she like clean? That was the whole thing too.
Yeah, she made a little game out of it.
Yeah,
like
CSI.
CSI.
Yeah, detective. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was weird because it's not like your friends.
Yeah, that's the part where it got really weird.
Like I can't see Skills and Millie doing that. Because that's just weird.
Right.
Like because that's Mouth's girl. Like, no, I just didn't like it. Like, does Skills know that you two are doing this?
Right, and then she even made the goal of getting to the couch. Whoever wins to get there first.
Yeah, like why?
So, and wins what?
Yeah, and I didn't like it. I felt like she was trying to maybe like hint she wanted to be a little more, or that she liked Mouth or something. It was weird. It was a weird feeling. It wasn't all frenzy, I felt like.
I guess the writers just didn't know what to do with these characters. So you didn't really have anything going on with them right now.
Well, don't make it like this.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously if Jamie wasn't with Nathan and Clay, then Mouth could have been babysitting him, and then Lawrence his teacher. They could have done something like that, but yeah. And then Jamie asks Nathan if Chuck can come over and play the new game that he's going to be in, the demo, and Nathan says he can, and asks if they're friends again. And Jamie says, yeah, they're homies. So
that was funny.
Why did they stop being friends again?
What I remember is that Jamie was so into his life of how like Haley, like they went on tour. Remember, and he was asking his friends like, how was your summer, or how was your vacation, or anything. It was all about him.
Right.
Like that's what I remember. I don't remember another fight.
Yeah, because does that mean he's not friends with Andre Madison anymore then, or?
Well, I remember like they all walked away from him because it's like, okay, like you're very self-absorbed.
But then Nathan got them all those backseat passes, so it seemed like they were fine at the end.
Yeah, and because I don't remember anything else that happened, and wasn't that just like last episode?
Yeah, that's why I'm confused why Nathan's asking this question.
Well, and Nathan was there when
Mhm.
Chuck said to Haley, like, your mom's so cool or something. Remember? Like, he told Haley that, like, she was like cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, I do find it weird. Like, Nathan, you were there when the kids were there. You
Right.
brought the kids backstage.
Mhm.
So I could see if he had walked away and didn't see the kids' reaction, then okay. But he saw it, so it is weird.
Mhm. Yeah, like maybe it was just so Nathan could teach Jamie a lesson about friends fighting, but then they can make up, just like his mom, Aunt Quinn, and Aunt Taylor.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so Nathan says that they're mad, but they'll eventually get over it. Just then Haley makes a lot of noise, gathering all the cooking pots and pans.
Yeah, and she said, watch Taylor try and cook with no pots and pans. I'm like, oh my God.
He laughs like a villain as she walks away. So Nathan tells Jamie that him and Chuck should play upstairs tonight, with everything going on downstairs later. And then back with Peter and Julian, he asks Julian if he's seen Alex. And Julian tells him to check his hands since it's usually, on her ass. And he asks Peter, what does he need her for anyway? And Peter says he, wants to do that. And Julian tells him to leave her alone, let her do her job. And basically he's, saying what's the point of being in a movie with Alex if he can't sleep with her.
That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And he said,
Yeah.
and Julian's like, the point is she's a great actress who wrote an amazing script. Why does it keep using words like that?
What, like great and amazing?
Yeah, like it didn't really seem like she was a great actress. And it didn't really seem like that much of an amazing script. Like, we're going to believe what Julian thinks is great? Come on now.
Well, I mean, they all thought she was a great actress from that one movie or whatever they've seen of her. And she did fool them using it sometimes.
Okay, but that's really all she did. It's not like she continued to have work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just doesn't really seem like the words add up.
Yeah, I think Julian was just defending her too and, trying to help her get back into her acting career.
He is, but he's also annoying.
And, yeah, so Julian's just really mad about Peter, talking more disgusting things about Alex. And then that's when Alexander walks in with Julian's stuff, telling him Brooke thought he might want his stuff back, and tells him he's sorry and walks away. And you can see Julian's hurt by this. Then
Who cares?
Then later at the store, Julian tells Brooke he doesn't appreciate her sending her boy toy to deliver his stuff. And Brooke tells him back that she doesn't appreciate the dumping he delivered to her last night, so it looks like they're even.
Exactly.
And then they get into this fight, saying, Julian says that Brooke is the one that broke up with him when she left, and he just had the nerve to call it what it was, and he didn't need to send in Alex to do it for him. So he's still throwing that Alex versus Alexander thing in her face.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. So Brooke just explains she needed space, and Julian tells her she has exactly that and walks out of the store. And it seemed like that was like their version of they were on a break because Brooke let him walk away even though she meant she wanted space then and not now,
I don't know. I just think Brooke does need time because she's never going to get over it until this movie is over. You know what I mean? Like, if Alex is always around Julian, she's never going to be able to be with him. Mm-hmm. So she just needs time because of the whole thing.
Yeah, but it just seemed like when they met at the airport, Brooke thought that Julian was there for her. So she made it seem like she was ready to, get back to where they left off until Alex walked up at least.
Well, yeah. Well, she probably thought he was done with Alex.
Yeah.
And that's why he was there, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just having some miscommunication.
Well, yeah, she wants him, but every time she tries to mention it, it's always thrown in her face of Alex. Mm-hmm. So that's why she never really expresses it because of it.
Right. And then Quinn is relaxing and plays pool when he walks up. And she makes sure to tell him that it's, actually her.
Not in the pool. Yeah, not Kylie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he apologizes, saying that he didn't know she was coming over, and it won't happen again. So Quinn asks, does Kylie or the others too? and he tells Quinn he doesn't know who she thinks he is, and she says she knows exactly who he is, and Clay says maybe that's who he used to be, and Quinn tells him that's okay, it's only been a couple of months, she didn't expect him to be a different person all of a sudden, and Clay, tells her that she didn't expect him to be the type of guy she can count on.
Because he's going.
Mm-hmm. And Quinn didn't expect him to say yes and change his mind. And then to surprise her again, he cannonballs into the pool. And then Haley is in the kitchen eating snacks to purposely ruin her appetite for dinner.
Okay, my thing is with Haley is, why are you even going to dinner? Like, you don't want to go. You're being so damn dramatic. Like, just go out to eat somewhere else. Like, you don't have to stay there and be obnoxious. Just, like, you're how old? Like, come on now. Like, if you don't want to go to dinner, don't go to dinner. Like, who cares if it's at your house? Like, you invited Taylor in, right? So shut up and just go out somewhere because you're really annoying.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that her not eating the dinner, since she's not hungry, isn't going to, do anything to hurt Taylor's feelings or anything.
Exactly. Taylor's not going to care if you eat or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, Nathan tries to talk some sense into her, saying Quinn's okay and she should be fine then with it too.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so he just tells her, just to act civil, and she says she'll sit at dinner and act like a perfect little angel, and she's gonna say, "Oh, that's so nice, Taylor. Taylor, that's just acting like she cares."
I love when Brooke walks in and she was just like so shocked at how Haley was. And it was weird because it's not like these two are fighting. They're having a discussion about Taylor. And she was like, I thought I'd come see the most stable couple I know. And I'm like, but they're not having a fight.
Yeah, she walked in a little too late. She just saw the last second when Haley threw the potatoes in the garbage, so Taylor can't use them to cook with.
Because I was just like, okay, but that's not what was happening.
Yeah, maybe she just heard like Haley, raising her voice, maybe, and just assumed that they were fighting. So hopefully she kind of stayed for a minute to see what was going on for real. And then back with Lauren and Mouth, they're still cleaning up. And Lauren asks Mouth if he's there for good in Tree Hill. And Mouth says he doesn't know because he really only left with him and Millie having problems. He thought it would do him some good for Millie to be out of sight, out of mind, but it didn't work. And then Haley, catches Brooke up on what Taylor's done. And they both talk about Taylor and Alex, and how they're bitches. And Haley tells Brooke not to worry about Alex because Julian loves her. He stayed in Tree Hill to make his movie after all. And Brooke says, but Julian made it clear that he doesn't want to see her anymore. And Haley says he's just probably upset, but they're both way too good together not to make it. And tells Brooke to give it time.
Yeah, and then Brooke said, "Don't worry about the dinner." I would, because of Haley.
Right. Yeah, Haley says Nathan is bad. They don't even make it through dinner. That's only because of the way she's acting. And because he even thinks that she's going to attack Taylor before the salad's even served.
Well, yeah, and then Brooke was like, "Can you blame him? You've been arrested more times than anyone I know." Jaylee. How many times was Brooke arrested?
I think only once for stealing the clothes from that clothing store she was working at and designed for.
Okay.
And then she could have got arrested again when she was stealing from a different store, but Felix covered for her.
Yeah, because I'm like, were you only arrested once?
And Haley's been like twice, I think.
Yeah, it was with Brooke and Peyton. Or no, remember? She was wearing the clothes, so she was arrested.
Yeah, with them, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Remember Peyton and Brooke actually stole the clothes? And then Haley, when they went to go see Brooke, Haley was wearing it, so she was a part of it.
Right. And
then obviously the whole slapping Renee.
Yeah. I just forgot Peyton took the clothes too. Even though I remember she was there in jail with them, I just can't remember why. And then
It was
Yeah,
funny when
so
she said, "I hate my name," because you can
yeah,
obviously make anything with it. It was funny.
yeah. And then Brooke sees David and Taylor getting back with the food, so she knows it's time to go. And she tells them to enjoy their last supper, calling them both Judas. And then the movie set, Peter is telling Alex if she's gonna basically act like a jerk. If she's going to act like a porn star, then the least she can do is take her clothes off.
That is
So
disgusting.
yeah, because we don't really know the movie or the script or anything.
This
Came
is
up with
why
the
I'm saying,
pieces.
how can I believe that this is an amazing script when I don't even know what it's about?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna just
Right.
believe these two. No, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, so clearly, I mean, whatever is written in the script clearly has nothing to do with being a
Mm-hmm.
porn star, because obviously then it would be no problem. You know what I mean? But
Right.
because he keeps mentioning it of how that's who Alex is, well, but she's playing a character right now. So
Mm-hmm.
like whatever's in the script of this character is how she's going to act.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's called acting. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, why is this dude like being like this? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the scene is going to take is what she's going to do.
Right.
And clearly it has nothing to do with taking her clothes off.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, didn't she want that in there and Julian didn't want that in there? So
Mm-hmm.
they took it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with Alex being uncomfortable, Julian pulls him to the side and away from her. And yeah, she tells Julian that when she wouldn't pleasure Peter, he got mad and said she wasn't ready for the part, and he's trying to make her quit now. So Julian says he'll take care of it, and that's when he goes to tell Peter that, to do him a favor.
And he
And
punches him?
yeah,
Like, seriously?
yeah, because he told him to do, go easy on Alex, and Peter says he doesn't do favors. Yeah. Oh, that was later too that he punches him, because it seems like he understands at the moment and goes on with the scene. Because then we go back to the house with Chuck there with Jamie now playing the game. And,
And
Chuck wants to
Chuck,
play as Nathan.
yeah, that was funny. I get to be your dad. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm. And Nathan tells Chuck it's nice to have him there at the house again. And Chuck just says, whatever, not showing that he's thrilled or anything.
You mean Jamie?
No. What did I say?
You said Chuck said it's nice to have you back, Chuck.
Oh, I must say Nathan tells Chuck, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Haley's placing the plate settings with plastic plates and cups.
Again, like that,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's gonna make a difference.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really matter what you eat off of,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you're eating.
Yeah.
Again, sabotaging it would be putting something in the food. You know what I mean? Like a different ingredient that would be nasty. Like that would be sabotaging it. But take the plates away and like, oh wow, it's so stupid. She's not really thinking clearly, because again, that's how you sabotage dinner. Now what she's doing.
Yeah. And she goes on to say that they're lucky she's not making them eat off the floor. And Nathan tells her, if they've dealt with Dan's crap for years, this one night might be easy. And then Taylor opens the door to let Quinn and Clay in. And Taylor recognizes Clay as Quinn's boyfriend, while Clay knows Taylor as Quinn's crazy sister. And then we go back to the set. Alex is acting out a scene, but Peter tells her she's awful. And then he, is just really disrespectful and grabs her wrist. And seeing like she can't do anything right, not even, kill herself, and, just to do it better next time, basically. And then she runs out of the room, and that's when, Julian's had enough and punches him in the face then. And It was funny because there was another woman there, I don't know who she was, but he tells her that when he comes to tell him that he's fired. And
it was just all stupid.
Yeah. And then Haley kind of tosses a dish on the table and says for them to get this over with. And Taylor asks for them to say grace first. And Haley's all like, oh, you're religious now? And Taylor says that she has been calling out God's name a lot lately, making jokes. And Haley's just annoying back and forth. David's laughing, though. And of course, it doesn't make Haley happy.
Yeah, and she's like thankful for her family and the food and for David.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then it was funny because Nathan was the first one to say amen to like be done with that, so she doesn't say anymore. And then back at Lucas's house, Alex asks Julian how his hand is while he's icing it. And Julian says better than Peter's head. And Alex thanks Julian for sticking up for her. He's had to do that a lot lately. It seems like nobody thinks she can do this movie. And Julian asks, since what does she care what everybody thinks? And she just, asks what if she screws it up? And he tells her that she won't. She has to have faith in herself, like he does. So she tells him she won't let him down.
And then back at dinner, that's when Taylor's like, what was I saying? And that's when they're like, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was them making out, David and Taylor.
Mm-hmm. And then Quinn then asks for everyone, how did Taylor and David get together? So Taylor apparently was at the gym for a class called stripper aerobics. Never heard of that. I know they have like classes like that, but not necessarily stripper in the name itself. And like David was there too. Like that's what got me confused. Why would he be there?
I don't know. He doesn't seem like the stripper person.
Yeah, like it would have made more sense if he walked into a club that Taylor worked at, but they said class for some reason.
Well, even why couldn't it have just been the gym?
Yeah.
Because everybody can go to the gym, you know what I mean? So it's like, even just say he was at the gym, you were at the gym, and you got together or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of this.
Right.
And then she said, Quinny's got herself a smart one. Oh my God. Because she said, guess who was in the class? And that's when Clay said, David.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then, Haley's still speaking her mind, even though Nathan tells her not to, telling Taylor how could she do this to Quinn? Don't you think it's insensitive and harsh? And Taylor says no. And Haley, tries to say that David and Quinn just got divorced, so it's really fast, really quick. How can she sleep, or how can he sleep with someone else so soon, especially their sister? And that's
that's when he said, because he said that she slept with this bozo.
When they were still married, he says.
They were basically getting divorced.
Yeah, and that's when Quinn admits that her and Clay never had sex. She just told him they did.
And then he gets all mad and doesn't really want to be around Taylor. Because that's when he takes his arm off of Taylor, because it's like, oh crap. It's like well, and it's crazy though. It's like Dave would be so stupid to think that going after Quinn's sister would make Quinn want him back. Like, you know what I mean? She didn't want you for so long. You think she's gonna want you now? All it's gonna do is hate you even more. Like, what was the end game with this?
Right.
So what hurt her? Because he wanted revenge because he thought she slept with somebody else. Well, again, if she slept with someone else, then she's over you, clearly, because she's told you countless times she was done with you. So sleeping with her sister is not going to, make her feel anything, because what? Like, I don't understand this. Now, it would have been one thing if he was doing it because, she may have had feelings for him and, she wasn't sleeping with Clay in his head. Then it'd be like, I got to sleep with somebody before you did, sort of thing. And even that is so stupid. But, that'd make a little more sense than you found out she slept with somebody, so you're going to sleep with her sister. Well, who cares at that point? I don't understand where the revenge comes in.
Right.
The revenge was her saying that she already slept with someone. That was the revenge. So what he's doing is just pointless, I feel like.
Yeah.
And also childish.
Yeah, so then he leaves the table knowing that Quinn just lied to him. So Quinn follows.
Yeah, and then Taylor told Haley, boy, you can clean a room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was funny too because with the guys, to break the tension, Clay tells Nathan that he would love another beer, even though Nathan didn't ask him. And then in another room somewhere, David asks Quinn like how could she lie to him like that? And Quinn answers because he wasn't letting go of the relationship. She needed him to move on.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so David tells her mission accomplished. He does hate her. And she can see what she wants about Taylor, but at least she's honest with him. I think
Okay.
that honest because we know Taylor doesn't actually like him.
No, she's only using him.
Mm-hmm.
So stupid. That's what I mean. Like their relationship is not gonna last. So that's why I don't understand why Taylor or Haley is so upset. Like they're not getting married.
Mm-hmm. And then in the kitchen, Clay tells Nathan he thought contract negotiations were tense. It's insane in the dining room, and David's bigger than he remembers. And Nathan asks Clay if it's true that he never slept with Quinn. And Clay says he likes Quinn, and Nathan says he can tell because he showed up to dinner after all. And Clay figured he owed Quinn that much, especially after the Kylie thing. And then he asks Nathan if they can just hide there in the kitchen for a while.
Yeah,
Nathan says,
Nathan's probably not.
yeah. And he brings up that Clay did tell him that he was the one that was going to fall insanely in love with Quinn and even added to the contract. And he probably should have added sex to it too. He jokes since Quinn said that they had sex now. And then Brooke walks into the store now and asks Victoria why did she have Alexander drop off Julian's stuff to him. You know,
that he's really upset. Who cares?
Yeah, what happened to unnecessary drama? And Victoria says that this drama was necessary. She needed to show her that he still had feelings for her. Whatever she does with that is up to her, because it shows that he does since he's upset. And Brooke is still mad, so Victoria says she'll stay out of it.
But that she was shutting Millie out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was funny because Victoria's like, I've never been a fan of Millicent, but she was always there for you.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny.
Yeah, and even was honestly, saying that she believed in her even when her own mother didn't. That was something big for her to say.
Mm-hmm.
And now Millie needs someone there for her.
I do find it funny of how hard Victoria's going to support Millie.
Yeah.
Because she couldn't stand her. Remember, she didn't even know her name. So
Right.
now all of a sudden she's her biggest supporter.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, so Victoria says she needs a friend, and Brooke tells her no, she doesn't. She has her. And Victoria says she's not the friend type, which we all know.
Yep.
And then back at the dinner, Taylor says she realized who Clay reminds her of. It's Quinn's boyfriend from her freshman year. And Taylor asks whatever happened to him, and Quinn tells her that she told him she'd sleep with him if he broke up with her, and that's exactly what happened.
Did you... Okay. Why was his name Dan?
Oh, I didn't put that in my notes.
Like, you know how many names you can come up with?
Right.
Like, why as a writer would you use the same one as that's in this family?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's not like it's Brooke's dad's name or something. It's literally Nathan's dad's name.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird that you would put that in there. Like, come up with some other name that
Mm-hmm.
isn't on the show that you've never used. Oh my God. You know how brilliant that'd be to come up with a name that you've never used on the show?
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem with shows. They keep like using the same like 5 names. Like, come up with something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Haley just keeps, calling Taylor, different ways to call her a slut, and then she hands out cupcakes for dessert, and she said that they were, for Jamie, but Taylor doesn't seem to have a problem with taking other people's stuff.
And then that's when she said that she could be like her, or she wishes she could be like her, just eat whatever she wants and get fat. I'm like, okay, what? Yeah, just going through all this, the whole fat shaming and just everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like how Nathan was like that he's had enough and everything, and that he just needs to get out of there, and he's going to go upstairs and with the kids and have a more mature conversation. I was like, I don't know how that's going to go with Chuck, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so upstairs we see Chuck yelling at Jamie that his dad sucks just as Nathan walks in.
Yeah, Nathan's like, what are you talking about? Like, about his character. So it's funny because he's like, he wants to test it out.
Mhm. Yeah, so Nathan is starting to play with them, and he yanks the control out of Chuck's hands, so Chuck takes Jamie so he can play with Nathan.
Yeah, well, and all of a sudden, it's not that Nathan's character sucks. It's Chuck don't know how to play.
Mm-hmm. And then Paul goes to see Julian about him firing Peter. Julian explains he wasn't having a good day, and Paul mentions he also heard about him knocking him out, and Julian responds that Peter was having a worse day. And Paul tells Julian that he's moving backwards as a producer, and they start filming in a week with no costume designer still. Then he knocked out the director, and all he has is an unreliable and uninsurable actress. And they both invest a lot of money into this, and tells Julian to fix it. And then back with the boys in the game, Nathan is being Chuck, and Chuck is mad about that.
I love when was it Nathan or Jamie that said only a Scot can play a Scot?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, so after he wins, him and Jamie celebrate, with a handshake and dancing. And then Nathan and Jamie tells Chuck he's the one that sucks. And then Haley shows up when they're still dancing and tells Nathan that when he's done with the mature conversation, she needs to talk to him.
And then she wanted Nathan to talk to David and make him realize he's wrong. Like, again, these people are grown. Like, yeah, he's really going to have a conversation with his ex-brother-in-law about something stupid. Yeah, no.
Right. And then after the boys learn that everybody's still fighting downstairs, Chuck tells Jamie his family's lame. And they go back to the game, and then outside Clay checks on Quinn. She says she shouldn't have lied to David, she knows. But Clay tells her not to beat herself up. He thinks everyone has done things in their past they regret. And he knows he has about Kylie. And Quinn says it makes it hard when our past are swimming in our pools and cooking us dinner.
Yep, it is hard.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Nathan talks to David like Haley wanted him to.
I thought it was funny when, he did tell him like it was messed up and stuff. And then he was like, yeah, just tell Haley I yelled at you.
Right.
It was funny.
Yeah. And then back with Clay and Quinn, Clay tells her that she's handling this way better than he would. And Quinn says that it helps that he's there with her. And he says he's happy to be there too, but also to leave.
So if I was those two, I would definitely leave. Like as Quinn, I'd be like, I had enough of my sister and her drama. And so I would definitely leave. Also, you said like she just said, like it's hard to see people from your past still here. So why would you stick around?
Yeah. And I did like when Nathan told David just for him to make sure that he likes Taylor for the right reasons, and not because she reminds him of Quinn. And we know that's true on his end, but not on Taylor's end, for the right reasons. And then Mouth and Lauren finish cleaning the apartment, and apparently she just needed some company. And he says he knows how she feels. He doesn't know anyone in LA besides for Skills, and he's working most of the time. And Lauren says being alone sucks. And then Mouth tells Lauren that Skills misses her, and but she knows that it's just being alone sucks. So yeah, they agree on that.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird, these two.
Yeah. And then Julian tells Brooke at the store that he's sorry about this morning. And Brooke says she's sorry too. She should have brought in the box to him herself, but it would be, too hard for her to see him. And he says that makes what he wants to ask difficult.
Yeah.
Basically, he's,
asking her to be the costume designer.
Yeah, because they're running out of time until they film.
And it was funny because she's like, we just broke up. He's like, I know, good timing.
Yeah.
But he said, you're the only one I trust.
Right. And then
but you would think, because she's still trying to get this line going that she's doing, you would think she wouldn't have time to be a costume designer.
Right.
Because she is only one person. I know that Alexander is supposedly supposed to be helping, but like it is your company and you're the face of it. So like Why would you agree to do it?
Well, as far as we know, it seems like Alex is the only one that's actually in the movie.
Yeah, where's the other actors?
Yeah, so if this is like a one woman kind of thing, then Brooke could easily make, some outfits for Alex alone. I feel like she could do that easily.
Or literally just send Alex to go do it. Or
Mm-hmm.
Alexander to go do it. And voila.
Right. Yeah. Um, yeah, so he just tells her to think about it, and he doesn't even have to, she doesn't even have to look at him if she doesn't want to. And then David goes to talk to Haley, and he tells her he's sorry it was wrong for them to show up there together. And Haley seems to accept this apology.
Yeah, and Taylor's like, don't apologize. Like, we haven't done anything. It's like, what?
And that's when Quinn walks in, telling Taylor maybe David hasn't, but she's been a problem her whole life.
Yeah, and goes on about everything that she's done.
I thought it was crazy how she convinced Haley that she was dying when she got her period. So Haley was, really young and made her sister think that.
Well, I will say, like, when I had my first, I thought something was wrong.
Mm.
So I do think it is. And especially if your older sister is telling you, you're like, no one is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, obviously it's different. You go and tell your mom, like, oh my God, like, look. But for your sister, of course, you're going to believe your sister. And so I can see where a, little girl would believe that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Taylor crosses all the lines because apparently they have an uncle that she told Quinn had a crush on. I don't know where that, how that happened. And then even about her having sex in her mom's car and then said it was Quinn.
Yeah. So when Taylor tells Haley, like, why are you mad at me about going after Quinn's leftovers when you went after mine? I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like a one night fling.
Yeah, apparently Taylor has a long history of stealing all the men that her sisters have been with.
Well, Haley's only been with one, but
Right. Yeah, and that was
it's more Quinn.
Yeah. Well, it seems like she does it either way, whether it's before or after.
But then they push each other into the pool.
Yeah, that was kind of weird because it seems like that's when Quinn was gonna try to break them up, but then she just pushes them.
Well, and do you know what I also thought was weird? Is like there's two of you attacking one. So don't you think it'd be very easy to attack each other or to attack her? Like in the pool, because it's literally two of you going after her. Like I was like, that was so stupid because it's not even a valid fight.
Yeah, so they're in the water still fighting, and the boys, it was funny when they fell because the boys like reached out their arms as if they were going to catch the girls, even though they were nowhere near the pool.
I guess I didn't catch that one.
And then Jamie and Chuck are watching from the window upstairs, and Chuck tells Jamie that he takes it back, his family's cool.
Okay, so when Jamie said like, oh, I got $5 on my mom, I'm like, is this like a fight between each one of them, or is it literally 2 against 1? Like, I was so confused when Jamie said that. I was like, huh? Like, wouldn't it be Quinn and Haley against Taylor? But how Jamie was wording it was, okay, each one of them are out for themselves. So I'm like, what is this?
I don't know, maybe if Haley was the one to knock Taylor out, I don't know. But yeah, the sisters fight, still all dressed up for dinner in the pool, and the guys are just sitting there drinking their beers. And then later, after the fighting, the girls are sitting at the edge of the pool now with towels. Apparently Nathan broke them up, but we didn't see that. But Haley tells Taylor she's lucky he did, or else she would have had one last Christmas card to send. And Taylor, makes a joke about getting another Christmas card if Jamie dressed as an elf.
Yeah, that's when Quinn's like, enough already.
Yeah, because I was just bringing Jamie into this too.
Well, yeah, I like when she's just like, stop. Like, are you satisfied about everything? It was nice that they finally made up.
And then Yeah, so Quinn just has Taylor promise she won't hurt David, but of course she can't promise that. And of course Taylor has to say, like, like you did, throw that in her face. So Quinn says, yeah, he's been through enough.
And Haley once again was annoying because when the girls were like kind of agreeing and everything, that's when Haley's like, it's not fine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, shut up again. If these two are making up, you shut up. Like, why do you want your sisters to be at each other's throats when what did you just want them to be happy? Like, and if they're good, shut up. Like, it was another thing for her to put herself in when she's not even a part of it. And they even said, like, they're happy. So leave it alone. And then, that's when Taylor's like, well, what do you want? And she goes, I just want you to admit that you're a bitch. It's like, oh my God, like, enough already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Haley was like a 12-year-old. It was so annoying.
Mm-hmm. So inside the house, Clay asks Nathan, who's watching the girls from the window, what are they doing now? Nathan answers, they're not trying to kill each other anymore, so they seem to be okay. And it was funny because Clay says, if those three can work it out,
Yeah,
then
maybe they can. And he's like, not a chance. So it was funny.
Yeah. I don't know why he thought David would agree to that.
Well, and you have to think too, like, David's going to be out of these people's lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty soon.
After this.
Mm-hmm. And then at Close Over Bros, Millie mentions Mouth came back home last night, and Brooke thinks that's great, and it says it must be hard to see him again after everything. And Millie says it is, but it was hard not seeing him. And then she gets upset, and that's when Brooke finally asks Millie for help with something mean. She's starting to forgive her.
That was nice to see because Brooke was being mean to her.
And then back at the house.
Well, I mean, she doesn't have a reason to be mad, but you can see she's changing.
Yeah, and she's trying to,
and work. It's kind of like if Victoria can forgive her for stealing and everything, then Brooke should be able to.
Right.
Because Victoria, it's all about the business.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And then back at the house, David tells Quinn he never should have shut up there, with Taylor, while Quinn tells him she never should have lied to him.
Why are these two having another conversation?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I was over it. I'm like, y'all have too many conversations.
I mean, it's nice to see if they end on somewhat good terms at least. And she asks him if he's happy. He says he's getting there, and he asks her the same, and she tells him she is happy. And then that's when she gives David back her wedding ring, which you think that she would have done that before.
Yeah, I'm like, all of a sudden she has it, and here you go. Mm-hmm. And then she said, just don't give it to Taylor. It's like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, Millie gets home from work where she sees that Mouth cleaned up the apartment, but not also with Lauren. And Mouth just tells her she shouldn't be living this way. And Millie asks him if he's going back to LA soon. He says he's going to stay a while because she shouldn't be alone. And then somewhere else, Brooke shows up at the movie set and asks Julian if he really thinks she's the best when it comes to clothes. He says, of course he does. And then she asks, so she's better than everyone else on the planet who could possibly do the job? And he says, that's right. So
I found it, what I found weird?
What?
Was they have clothes there.
I think those are the ones that Alex probably picked out.
Because I'm just like, why wouldn't you let Brooke go and find the clothes or make the clothes, and instead you already have them? Like, what if Brooke's like, no, these are ugly and you already paid for them? Like,
I think they just had those as like a backup in case if she said no.
Oh, because I'm like, that just didn't really make any sense. But I'm like, okay. Because again, then why is Brooke needed?
Mm-hmm. Well, probably because they're not the best, and Brooke is the best. So that's why she agrees to do it.
And so, so she said that she will do it if he tells his dad that he wants to direct. That's the deal.
Right.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was a great way to encourage Julian to ask his dad if he can direct, because now he can't avoid the idea.
Yeah, but that's also showing like Brooke giving in again.
Yeah. And then Clay and Quinn get back to his place where they see each other parked in the driveway, and Quinn asks if this is another car parked in the driveway. So Quinn asks if this is another blasphemous past, and Clay says he had the lock shamed recently.
No,
So
and he
that
should.
means, huh?
I said, and he should.
Yeah, but that just means that he was just giving out keys to these women he was sleeping with, all willy-nilly, never putting thought to it.
Well, okay, if he's with Quinn, why would he let Kylie come over and swim? You know what I mean?
I guess
Like
he forgot.
I can see like when they were still just friends,
Mm-hmm.
but once they became a couple, that's when you would be like, no. Like, Kylie,
Right.
you're never coming over again. Stop swimming in my pool.
Yeah, I guess he just must have forgot he had a key out there. And then it turns out the other car was the locksmith to change the locks there at that late. So then Clay gives Quinn the only other copy to his house.
Well,
And
and he let this person be at his house alone.
yeah, I thought about that too. He's
I'm
just very
like, dude,
trustless.
I know he trusts everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's dumb
Yeah.
for that.
So yeah, this is his way of showing Quinn that this is how important she is to
And
him.
he said the only one that gets the house key is her,
Mm-hmm.
which was nice because I mean, how many people he would have to write down every single person that he gives a key to.
Right. And then Julian goes to see his dad at his office when Paul tells Julian that he has a list of directors who won't mind working with the suicidal actress and a psychotic producer for
But
minimum pay.
that's when Julian said that he wants to direct.
Mm-hmm.
I like when Paul rips up the paper.
Yeah, even though Julian explained that he'll, do a good job, and Alex will too. And so that Julian was apparent at the top of the list.
Yeah, but it was just a nice thing of like, I trust you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he actually believes in him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Nathan and Haley, where Haley is happy to finish the awful day. But Nathan says, it was actually a good day because the drama wasn't about them for once.
Well, or about Nathan's family.
Yeah. So he's taking a million days like today. And then Haley sees the bright side and agrees that it was a good day for them. And then they get tucked into bed. And Nathan laughs, telling Haley that her family is crazy.
Yeah,
And
and then it was funny. Yeah, and then she brings up Dan
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And then it was funny because she's like, what time does Scott Free come on?
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yep, so that was it.
So for me, the high was Brooke finally making up with Millie.
Mm-hmm.
Like extending that offer.
Yeah.
And I liked Quinn and Clay. I liked how Clay showed up to the dinner because it seemed like he didn't really want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the low was Haley being obnoxious. I just can't get over it. It's annoying. What about you?
Yeah, well, the low was when the girls fell into the pool because it doesn't make sense how they even did that in the first place. And
Yeah, again, 2 against 1.
Yeah, how far they went to fighting that it became physical like that. And then the high was Julian sticking out for Alex because that Peter guy had to go either way because he didn't want to do the job. He just wanted to sleep with Alex. And then just because she said no, he tried to make her feel bad about herself like that. And then rating?
I'd rate this at 8. It was good.
Yeah, it's like 8.5. I mean, it was entertaining with the girls fighting, but yeah.
And then who was your best and worst?
The worst was Taylor, just because, she didn't care about David and was kind of using him too.
Well, that's his own fault. But he was using her too.
Yeah, I know, but she knew exactly what to do. She probably gave him the idea to like to go to the house for dinner, after they got together.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just as responsible.
Mm-hmm. And then the best was just Julian because he was helping Alex out and then convince Brooke to be the costume designer, even though they aren't on good terms because he just knows she's a good, costume designer.
So for me, the worst was Haley. Because I just cannot stand it. Like, stop. She bothered me this whole episode.
Right.
It was obnoxious. And because again, even when the girls made up, she still didn't want them to make up. It's like, oh my God. And then I thought the best was Victoria. Because her sending Alexander to give Julian the box did make Julian and Brooke talk, right?
Right. Yeah.
And she was making Brooke talk to Millie and accept her again. So she's putting everybody kind of where they're supposed to be, which is finally like a good thing for her.
Yeah, actually mending Brooke's relationships.
Right. Instead of breaking them up and having them all fight and thinking it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I liked Victoria in this episode.
Yeah, because she kept saying like people were using Brooke for her money or whatever too. So yeah.
Yeah, and then she was realizing, I think, the people that weren't using her and trying to get them back in her life because she needs them.
Yeah.
Like Millie.
Yeah, so it's like she's turning over a new leaf. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, I honestly wish that there was more Victoria in this episode.
Yeah, but we still get her a lot for the rest of the season, right? At least I don't remember the next one.
Yeah, but I'm just saying some people could have been cut out of this, like scene wise. Like, did we need too many of David? No. Like that. Right. Like that kind of stuff. Like those scenes could have been like shortened or not at all, and more of like Victoria's humor, like something of that nature. Like,
or Malcolm Lauren.
Yes, too much of them too. Oh yeah, that was also a low. I know why. I did not need it. Yeah, I don't know. Just some things like that could have been shortened. And more of hilarious Victoria.
Right.
And then what is the next episode?
Episode 15, Don't You Forget About Me, which is the same song from The Breakfast Club. So, peace.
Yep. All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.